there can only be one ghost. I disagree. I think there's a lot of ghosts. What's up?
So do you guys agree? Is there only one ghost? I'm going to tie this into why I agree with Joseph Sikora in my season 3 recap of Power, because Tommy and Ghost's relationship was one of a kind. We saw a roller coaster ride through season 3, and we also saw why Tommy Egan in Power Forced is going to show us this finesse that he gave us a glimpse of in season 3, but he's going to unleash this in a eureka moment in Power Book 4 Force. So I'm going to tie that into this video as well. So welcome back to MovieBot. Let's talk Power and Tommy Egan. So I hope you're all doing great, and every week on Sundays I've been doing a quick recap of every season, picking one of the main plot lines and storylines. So if you guys want to catch up on the last two, then I'm going to link seasons 1 and 2 down below. But this week we're doing a character analysis of Tommy Egan and his relationship with Ghost, killing Felipe Lobos, Tommy killing Holly, and both of them killing Milan, and how Tommy's character went from being one in complete turmoil to one in control, but a dangerous character with nothing to lose, and why we're going to see Tommy Egan adopt a bit more of a finesse in Power Book 4 Force. But first, of course, if you're new to the channel, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Universe related. But let's break down season 3 and what actually turned from Tommy taking orders from Ghost to then being the one calling the shots. 3 Connects told Tommy a similar thing with regards to Ghost. Lobos told him to kill Ghost. Milan had the same ideas. He said that he can't achieve his potential while he's anchored to Ghost. We also saw Jason Michich in a later season of Power, who told Tommy that he wants Tommy to head his organization out in California without Ghost. And as we talk about how season 3 developed, you're going to see how and why we're going to see Tommy unleash this finesse that he's always had. He's always had an inner ghost in himself. So at the start of season 3, we had to see Tommy build the organization that Ghost killed at the end of season 2. He was rebuilding with Poncho, Cristobal, the priest, and Shin, and this was one of the main key differences between Tommy and Ghost. Tommy has and always will live and die by the streets. He wasn't afraid to be known. He hid in plain sight, whereas Ghost, he loved being undercover. In the interview with the Power panel, Joseph Sikora said that he hid in plain sight. He was never scared. He always gave credit to what gave credit to him, and that was the streets. And this is why he never swayed away from the streets. And the why reason Tommy never got was because he was never afraid to die. And this is what made Tommy dangerous and one of, if not the most feared character. And as season 3 played out, Tommy went from being reckless to the man who was calling the shots, being the decision maker, telling Ghost how and what needed to be done. We saw a real shift in his character and a glimpse of the finesse from Tommy Egan that we're going to see in Force. But at the beginning, Tommy was in kind of turmoil. He showed his face to the ALM after killing Chiletta. He found his dog dead, and on top of all of this, he still had Lobos on him trying to have him kill Ghost. He had his gun right up and Ghost in sight. He could have killed him, but we all know he was never going to. He couldn't do this, but by the end of season 6, he actually could, because then he just realized that he never needed Ghost anymore. Now Tommy's turmoil in the early parts of season 3 continued with him being completely coked out of his face, and by the end of episode 2, his face just said it all. He was a broken man until Tasha walked through the door, and she really stepped up for both Tommy and Ghost this season. She picked up Tommy, helped him launder his money through Lakeisha's shop, taught Holly how to do this, but Holly was still on Tommy's case about killing Ghost. Ghost knew that the only way was to work together to kill Lobos. He never really trusted Tommy, and to be honest with you, at this point he couldn't, because Tommy was in a bit of a crazy state. But Ghost never had faith in Tommy from the beginning. Ghost did always have Tommy's back, especially with the Koreans. But this is when Tommy really changed in the season, when he killed Holly after realizing that she'd hired the Jamaicans to kill Ghost, because we were about to see a character being unleashed who had nothing to lose, and when someone has nothing to lose, this is when they're at the most dangerous point. And Holly's death was actually foreshadowed in season 2 episode 10 when Tommy said to Holly that you better run before I choke you out, ironically killing her in the same manner, choking her out in season 3 episode 5. But after Tommy and Ghost killing Lobos, that brought another problem in itself, which was the problem with Milan, who had worked under Ghost, caught him completely off guard and had him completely spooked. Dre realized in episode 8 that Ghost was spooked by Milan as well. Milan wanted Tommy and Ghost to work for him to replace what they stole, the product that they left for the police, which belonged to Milan. But this is when we started to see the shift and the change in Tommy's character, and instead of taking orders, he started making the decisions and telling Ghost what to do. He told Ghost that he needed to handle the situation between himself and Angela, and Tommy's character by this point had done a complete U-turn from what we saw in the very early parts of season 3. Tommy's character went from complete turmoil to someone who had his head on a swivel. Tommy was now showing this zero fucks given attitude, and Ghost was the one who was panicking and in turmoil in sense, because he had a ton of issues with Karen Bassett, the club, Milan, breaking up with Angela, issues with Tariq's attitude, and most importantly, this time he couldn't control Tommy, because Tommy was now thinking for himself. He said that he's gonna handle things his own way, and he was a man who had nothing to live for, and every day was a good day to die. And those were the words of Joseph Sikora himself. And in the interview with the Power panel, he said that every day was a good day to die for Tommy, which is why he hid in plain sight. And Milan said to Tommy, why do you want to die? You have nothing to lose, and this is the best time to be alive. Seeing Tommy look in his reflection just like Ghost did throughout Power, symbolizing the moves that he was about to make, symbolizing what he was about to become, and him unleashing this inner finesse and inner Ghost. So now we have Tommy and Ghost's character who have done a complete U-turn from the beginning of season 3, and this is where we get a glimpse of his finesse from Tommy. He knew the streets better than Milan's right hand man Petter did. He said pills you had to sell to high-end customers, they needed people, they needed couriers to blend in, move into high-end places without getting spotted, and bam, you can have your pills delivered to your door like a fucking pizza. By the way, which is the exact same strategy that Tariq used in Power Book 2 Ghost, with having pills delivered to your doorstep by people who blended in. So another little connection for you with Power Ghost. But Ghost continued to look completely spooked with Milan, holding the premiere meeting at Truth, killing Shin, which was another show of power. Tommy even told Ghost to relax. He told Ghost he needed to pull his shit together, and again was the one who was giving Ghost the orders this time, telling him to get Ruiz in line. Tommy, without thinking, was calling the shots, and Milan even acknowledged the tables had turned, where Ghost was the one who needed Tommy, whereas before, it was the other way around. It of course never stopped Ghost from planning behind Tommy's back, but it was all over the place. He wanted to be out of the game and wasn't making the right decisions, which Tommy held all the cards for. He'd been calling the shots without even thinking, and in episode 9, this is when he realized, which was the episode 9's title, I Call the Shots. He said to Ghost that if they're gonna kill Milan, then he calls the shots. He'll come up with a plan, and this included having Lakeisha in hiding until all this shit with Milan blew over. Tommy Egan at this point was making all of the right moves and was in essence playing chess without even knowing he was, and we're gonna look at how Tommy Egan was 3 moves ahead of Milan. He gained Milan's trust using one of the 48 laws of power, concealing your intentions. He kept Milan in the dark about what he was really planning, the purpose behind his actions. If Milan had no clue what he was up to, then he couldn't prepare a defense. He guided him so far down his plan, so when he realized Tommy's true intentions, it would have already been too late. So Tommy found out what Milan wanted from Ghost and why he needed him alive, because he wanted Ghost to sign the deal with Karen, and there was no need for him after this because Karen had already taken a liking to Dre. So Tommy approached Petter, Milan's second in command, and using reverse psychology, asking him, how does it feel knowing after everything that he'd done for him, Milan shows Tommy more love over him? He turned Petter and his men against Milan, and he told Ghost to do his part at Truth, which is where Dre came in with his crew, which included 2-Bit and Spanky. Both of them killed Milan, and both of them got what they wanted in that moment. So we saw something in season 3 which Joseph Sikora spoke about in his interview with the Power panel that we're gonna see from him in Force, but just on another scale. This finesse from Tommy Egan. Tommy Egan's character flipped a switch from one being in complete turmoil to one being in control of Ghost and someone who was calling the shots. No doubt majority of the time in Power, Tommy was in Ghost's shadow, but we're gonna see how Tommy is going to react now that he's out of Ghost's shadow. A glimpse in season 3, but we're gonna see this more of a completed version and someone who's not only able to think for himself, but also someone who will have more finesse than he was first aware of because Ghost is now gone, and this will actually force Tommy to step up. So we're gonna see Tommy building up in real time because he left New York straight after Ghost was killed. He left with a bit of money, some guns, so we're gonna see Tommy Egan having to rebuild himself and find himself again. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think about Tommy Egan in his new role in Force, and what do you think he's going to be like without Ghost, because this finesse that Joseph Sikora speaks of, I think we've already seen a hint of it in season 3. So drop all your comments down below in the comment section, and if you're new to the channel, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Universe related. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.